Bam, bam, bam. Oh my goodness. Cupcake. Early cupcake. Smash, making up for all those times I'm late. Yeah. No, that means that no one's going to be here. Oh, goodness. But I've been productive again. I wasn't very well this morning or last night, but I still woke up and then went back to sleep. And I woke up, I went back to sleep. And I woke up and had some apple juice and some vitamins. Actually, I had a vitamin for the first time I woke up. And then I had more vitamins later. And then I, did I have my hay? I think I had my hay fever medicine. And I just lay on the settee, being like, oh, I'm in pain. I'm not feeling well. I'm tired. No. And then I went upstairs. And then I lay on my bed, even though I'd completely made my bed, so I couldn't lie in it properly. And then I eventually got up and did some exercises. and then I made thumbnails, yeah, and I had food, and I've been painting. Yeah, you can barely tell I've done any painting. It's really... It's because I'm just doing a quick base coat. So like when painting white, it's generally better to start with a light grey at the bottom. Also, just realised I need to change like how my chair is. Also, my legs keep dying. Like, you know when you completely lose feeling in your legs or something? Yeah, it keeps happening. That keeps happening. Oh. But hello everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Oh my gosh, it's Dr. Smilex. Hello, you're early. You're early, Dr. Smilex. Yeah. Actually, you know what? With my computer going, it's been going for a couple of hours now. But it's not a warm day. It is a very sunny day, but it's not a warm day and it's not a windy day. And that means there's not much airflow even with my window open. So the heat's starting to, you know, just get stuck here and it's starting to make me all warms. So I'm just gonna, you might hear a bunch of, but that's just me moving my air conditioner and putting the tube outside. Because I have a portable air conditioner. So that means I have to move it about. It's got this big old tube that I need to stick out the window. Now it's meant to have like this weird covering over the window, but I don't like that very much. So I just stick it right out the window like you do with those, you know, dryers and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my air conditioner. I'm putting it on. Air condition. There we go, air conditioner. Hi, Anthony. How you doing? Paint for neophytes. The neophytes need paint. They've not had their daily paint rations. No. Yeah, if you want to see what I've been painting. Oh, do you want to see the sandbags are made? They're not very good sandbags. So, actually, I can show you what work I've been doing on my nights. I need to get some more chain. I need some chain. Gloves, gloves. So I'm getting gloves out. If you were doing what sounds like tearing off flesh. I need to tear apart the glove monster so I can get some gloves from it. Glove, 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 glove. Oh, so I bought. Finally, they arrived. A bunch more sleeve gloves. For one of them already has a hole in them, and a couple of them have like very loose threads. I'm like, oh, you're not getting 5-star, 4-star review, 4-star review. It was fine. It was okay. It was decent enough. To be honest, there's not much of options. There used to be loads of options of these types of gloves I have, but it's been really hard trying to find anyone selling any anymore. They seem to only be popular in Asian markets right now. Actually, yeah, they are popular in Turkey because I did find some that were being shipped from Turkey. Actually quite a few, but they all had like really expensive shipping fees, which made it just like for just tiny bits of cloth. Way too expensive for something I know is not going to be super high quality. But yeah, they seem to be more popular in places like Japan, China and Korea and stuff.
She needs her flesh gloves on so she can put her rubber gloves over them. This is cuss, otherwise she'd have fluffy paws for all to see.
No, I don't have fluffy paws. No, I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. Don't smash. Hi. Hands. 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 Oh, that's my hand. Never mind. No, that's mine as well. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. 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 I've got super glue stains all over these gloves. Oh, darn it. I've got a bit of, oh no, I've got modelling putty on them. There we go. If that broke off. Yeah, I made some sandbags out of military putty. Yeah, my gloves are being washed because obviously you don't wear brand new clothes. You wash them first. Yeah, I tried making some sandbags and I practiced trying to draw like skulls into the sandbags. All I did was use a file and a craft. This one used a crafting knife for. You can barely even see it exists. This one I used a file for. Thanks for the head pats. Hi, GPGT man. How you doing? Super glue. Super glue. What do you mean, There's like literally like loads of tiny little hard bits on my gloves that are really annoying because they don't wash off. Oh. But yeah, I generally only wear bad gloves of this. Oh, I can show you my nights what I've been doing with my night. Actually, they might not fit with the camera. But you can see I got armor. I put a big old chain on, so now the person can't get out. You know, the night pilot, for armature pilot, they're just trapped in there. Now I imagine they have to get like the chains unleashed or something. Oh my gosh, it's an armature pilot who's so aggressive. He keeps wanting to get out of his pilot seat and just attack them with his actual chainsaw, so they chained him in. That's my new... Hi, Piotr Jesk, how you doing? Like the stream to help with the algorithm. Hey, thank you! You licked the stream to help with the algorithm. Also, there's another one. This one, I put a chain, because these guys, I remembered, it's like, oh yeah, these guys are meant to be like saved by the Templars, so like they're, or at least my, you know, the Redeemed Blades, that's the chapter, yeah, the Redeemed Blades chapter, which is, takes after the Templars. And yeah, I imagine that these guys all put chains and stuff onto their weapons the same way that the Templars do. This is the Chaos Knight we found behind the dumpster, but others weren't in the dumpster. But others were in the dumpster. It's not a Chaos Knight. Hi, Tony, how you doing? I think I've got to paint all my engines and my Dark Mechanicum colours. Ooh, blue, bone and brass. Ooh, that sounds cool. Don't put your arms in the air like you just don't care. Put your arms in the air like you just don't care. Yeah, I don't know why this one would have chains at the top. I decided I didn't want two of them with chains of a melter gun, so decided, you know, put the chains up here. No idea why they put the chains there, to be honest. Oh, maybe the pilot has themselves chained in. Because they're like, if this thing's going down, I'm going down with it. Maybe that's the thing. Like, everyone else is like, well, if this takes too much damage, I'm getting out of this. I'm running away. And this guy's just like, nah. If this thing goes down, I'm going down with it. And here we see the mating ritual of the armature. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Beautiful. I keep forgetting that this doesn't have like another joint here. So it's only got for two. It can only go do 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 do. This one has another joint. I got a chainsaw. But yeah, I put the chains on. I've not got it on all of the knights because I didn't have enough chain left over. So I need to get more chain, but that's got to be for next month. I need money to come in. I need YouTube to give me my paycheck. I mean, I don't need it. It's just, I'm like, I've hit my expenditure for the month. I actually went a little bit over. Oh, can I put a demon inside it? No, you can get your own armatures and put demons inside. I really like armatures. They're really cool. And for really cheap models, for what they are. I'd say for what they are, if you compare them to other, like, similar sized models, they're seriously cheap. Like, they've gone a bit more. Like, they went from 50 quid to 60 quid. They had one of their steepest price increases, I believe. Because it used to be, like, I think early last year, before the price increases were, like, at 50. And then they had, like, 2 price increases in a row on them. But still, it's, like, dreadnoughts and stuff, like, 40, 45 quid, maybe 50 quid. Armatures, 2 of them for, like, 60 quid. Which makes it, oh, you know, not the worst. Cenobites are orthodox monks who are whirled up. They only receive food for a slit, and the cell is only opened if they die. The doors to their cells are checked. Oh, maybe it could be some. Oh, it would make sense because my guys are like all really religious. Too late, you already put a demon. No! Yeah, that could make sense that the person's basically decided to be completely bound to the armature and never leave it. Until, like, they, like, promote it to a knight. Maybe. Or maybe they just really like being an armature. Have you thought about streaming a game of 40k? I have thought about it. But, like, I don't have anyone to really play with much. And no one I would like to play with in terms of, like, hey, would you want to play with me? Because, you know, but, like, I mean... You know, VTubers and keeping their identity secrets and all that. I have thought about trying to do a full game of 40k, like with chat playing one side. So I can, like, each time you have to do a move and stuff, you, like, vote on what your next move's going to be. I can, like, vote what the target's going to be and stuff. I thought that could be fun. Vtuber's name is Alfarius. This is alive. That sounds, it does sound, it sounds like it would take a very long time to do any game, to be honest, if it did that. Da 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 da. Put your arms over you like you just don't get. I like to think the chains are actually like bonnet pins.
I like to think that the chains are actually like bonnet pins for that you see on cars. It's to make it lighter. Needs more speed holes.
Needs more speed holes. Needs more. Oh, yes, speed holes. Speed holes are a bit weird, so. Well, there's a few reasons to do speed holes. One is just reduce material. And two is when you're driving along. Like, speed holes are definitely best on something that wants to go in a straight line, so you don't really care too much about traction. Once you get to a certain speed anyway, especially if you've got something like a jet propulsion. But with speed hose, you effectively want to get lift from them. But yeah. Wait, if one side is chat playing, we need demon end. I mean, I am getting a defiler. Hopefully on Monday, my defiler, along with the Eye of Terror book, should arrive. So I'm thinking of doing a long. I imagine a defiler is going to be quite a difficult model to build. So I'm doing a long stream on Wednesday where we'll build the defiler. On Tuesday, we'll read the Eye of Terror books together, and on Monday, we'll continue painting. I've not even started yet. Let me get the other nights. I can show you what I did with them. So on Thursday, I spent a long time. I saw corn 28 hours ago, and now it's a hail. You saw corn 28 hours, and now it's what? Corn and hail. So, oh yeah, this guy's the last bit of chain decided to put up here for some reason. I only had enough chain to do one gun on this guy in the end. Didn't do it fair. But what I've done here is I spent much of Thursday having to just try and cut through these things here. I put modelling putty in there. That's why I have the sandbags here. Because I just had a bunch spare. Magnet here, 10mm. Very strong magnets, these things. They're absolutely insane. Like, I've got the 2mm versions, which are very, very thin, very, very small, and they're not that strong. I mean, they got some strength, but these ones, it's like trying to break one off. It's like very. There you go. Back. There we go. Back. Yeah, magnets. Magnets be strong. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, let's break it like this. And then we'll go like. Like through my hand, the magnets are capable of still connecting together. Like, that's insane. Ow. Yeah. But that's not all I did for magnets with. Yeah, it's a bit messy in here. But that's better than nothing. Magnets also on this thing. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to build some area around just down here about the same size as the magnet. But for foot to realise they didn't go flush on the ground anyway because, you know, it's raised here. So I got to put some extra here. But yeah, it allows them to just sit together like this. Because in the bottom, I've got some more putty there. And it fits really nicely. Holds together really nicely. Like, there's a bit of a wobble there, but for the most part, there's barely any wobble. I can now turn him around like do. So cool. Throw magnets away, too strong, destroying the computer. They're not destroying the computer. The computer's miles away from the magnets. Okay, now I can turn off the air conditioner. But yeah, that's what basic I was doing for nights. I need to get the defender. So at the moment, the Castellan has the chains on. So does the Destria. That's paint. Paint stain. From Administratum Grey. Watered down Administratum. But yeah, what have I done? I've done the Destria, the Castellan, half of the Crusader, not done the Defender. I mean, I've magnetized all of them, I just need to put more chain on them. And I think I want to go back with the tanks I've made and put more chain on them as well. Except for Fellblade, that's already got cool chain on it. But yeah, so at the moment, I've got two of these guys I need to paint still. Yeah, these two. These guys, you might not realise it, but they do have another coat of paint that this doesn't. And if you look at the helmets, you can see one of them is just a bit lighter than the other. It's basically, I'm just going over it in a light grey over all the areas I want to be white. A lot of
Most World Eater of Night Houses, I'm convinced you actually found all of the knights behind the on fire dumpster. They set it on fire.
No, they're not World Eaters. They're Black Templar Knights. Look, chains. Well, I mean, they're not actually Black Templar Knights, but you know they were found by the Black Templars and saved and given new life, and now these knights, you know, are in service. Well, I say the Black Templars. What do we call them again? What do we call these guys? We call them the redeemed, but not the redeemed blades. Reclaimed blades, yeah, for reclaimed blades. Also, I got a new base brush. I forgot about my Heldrake again, so I promise it'll be done on Friday. Paint it now! Paint it now! Corner. Okay. Oh yeah, House Cuptopia, yeah. You know the World Eaters did the whole chain for weapons to themselves first. Ziggy was friends with the World Eaters in the House Kerfuffle, and he taught him to do it. In the Horus Kerfuffle, sorry, not the House Kerfuffle. Yeah. Doesn't matter who did it first. The Templars aren't heretics, the World Eaters are. So, you know, really, in the official records of the Imperium, the Templars did it first. I can't, tomorrow is school. Tomorrow is school. School! Paint it! In school! No, it's fine. Finding time to paint is difficult. Paint it on Friday. When, you know, your Howdrake doesn't need paint. Maybe it doesn't want paint. Maybe it likes being grey. Maybe it's possessing you and making you forget. Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. I need to turn down for noise. It's a bit loud. There we go. Yeah, for these guys, I've decided. I didn't really like how the helmets came out here, so I'm going to try going for white helmets instead. Also just got to try improving them in general. I don't think I did a super good job with them. That's a cool shoulder pad. I painted on Thursday and build it to finish painting on Friday. Okay. Okay. Don't rush yourself. Just do it whenever you can. School and stuff is much more important than just painting a model. Even if it doesn't always feel that way. Head pat. Thanks for the head pat. I got a big head. A lot of head to pat. There you go. Oh, paint, 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 paint. So what we're doing now is painting a super duper cool model. That is a Neophyte. That's a Black Templar Neophyte of a reclaimed blade, which is technically its own chapter of I'm thinking the chapter master is going to be called a Lord Marshal rather than a High Marshal. Because I think that will be cool. The Adeptus Mechanicus is one of the strongest army rules. Like, every time I read the Adeptus Mechanicus, I forget just how strong that army rule is. It's like, okay, I'm going to go for this imperative, and, you know, it gives me +1 ballistic. All my weapons are heavy, so I have the potential of every single attack being able to hit you on 2s. It's like, oh yeah. And then it also gives me a bit of protection in melee. And it's like, what? I guess one of the things is you do have to kind of pay for it with every single model. Meaning your models are a little bit on the expensive side for what they are. It's a very, what's the word? Glass cannony army. Because even your toughest vehicles generally aren't the most durable. Like an Onager Dunecrawler, quite a big model, has a really large footprint, only has 11 wounds. Got 2+ armor save and what? 5+ invulnerable? Which is nice. A lot of the models in AdMech have invulnerables. But still, only 11 wounds. Got a blooming 3 attack, strength 16 weapon that's damage d6 +2. So, an AP -4. Or the Plasma Eradicate. The Plasma Eradicate is insane. No hazardous check. Does 3d3 attack, so that's on average 6. Plus, oh yeah, minimum 3. +1, because it's got blast, so +1 for every 5 models your opponent has in the target unit. Hits and 4s. Strength 9, AP -2, damage 2. Although at 18 inches and under, it's instead strength 10, AP -3, damage 3. That's quite an insane amount of damage output. I'm not the biggest fan of their transport, dedicated transport, though I think it's a really cool model. But just looking at its stats, it's 85 points for something that all it does is just transport a unit that has. None of the units it can transport are super duper strong. Is the issue. It's not like Marines where they can, okay, the transport doesn't need to be that good because anything it's carrying is just going to be absolutely devastating once it drops it off. Electro Priest though. Oh, I guess we got Electro Priest. I don't really look at Electro Priest, but I did realise something. The Servitor Battleclade has the Cult Mechanicum keyword, and so does the Servitus and the Cataphon Servitus, which made me realise that if I just ignore Skitari and just go for more Cult Mechanicum stuff, because I do want an army with 3 Servitor Battleclades in them, just because I think it's such a cool unit. I like my Servitus. I could probably use the Cult Mechanicum detachment. Not that it'd be super good, because it's not really designed for shooty armies. It's designed for really just using it with the priests. I am thinking though, for at 2,000 points, maybe getting 3 of the June Riders and 3 June Crawlers.
Puff word of the day. Snipe bonk. I attached a metal tube with a square tip to a rope, and now I have made the sniper bonk.
A metal tube with a square tip to a rope. Isn't that just a whip, basically? Or a meteor hammer. Look up meteor hammer. It's basically just a weight on the end of a rope. Be careful when playing with those things, though, because they can be very deadly. Like, it is a weapon. You can swing those around at insane speeds, and they can whack you on the head. Or somebody else. They can break bones. If Dark Mechanicum comes out, it'll be a second army. I don't know how they'll do Dark Mechanicum. At the moment, I worry that they'll just want to make it a Chaos Space Marine army. Although it would kind of suck to get a Dark Mechanicum army, and because I still feel like Adeptus Mechanicus is still kind of half unfinished. As much as I like the new Fusiliers units, the Histari units, I don't really think they filled the niche that I wanted. You know, for holes that were in the AdMech at the moment. I think the main holes that they have in their army is the lack of vehicles. Like, all you really have is the Dune Crawler, the Onager Dune Crawler, and the Dune Rider. I guess you do have those weird walkers, but they need a big, tough vehicle. Like, for AdMech, for goodness sake, give them something big and tough. Also, it feels like they need more robots. You know, like the Castellan robots. Maybe if the Dark Mechanicum came out, they'll do one of those things where they release a model that can be used by both Chaos and non-Chaos. Yeah, I do like the new start refill. My army idea at the moment for 2,000 points is 3 Servitor Battle Clades of Techno Archaeologists, obviously. Then 2 Histari Fusiliers, so for guys with basically the mini last cannons, each with a marshal in charge of them. 2 units of Rangers. Hello, Talan! A unit of Cataphon Breachers, a more expensive Cataphon Servitors. Paint, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, we're painting grey on grey. With my new brush. Pretty good nice brush, actually. Grey and grey, insane. It's a slightly lighter grey from the grey we currently have, but not as light as the highlights that it currently has. It's because I'm going to paint it white, but I just want this lighter grey layer first, so we get a smoother white. Oh yeah, 3 Dune Crawlers, 1 with a big old beam cannon, the other anti-tank one, and 2 with the Eradicators. And then 3 Dune Riders, transports for the Servitor Battle Clades. I find them very useful. GW even made a new one. Don't you have one of them model holders? Nope. I don't use model holders. I just hold the model by his arm. Let go of me, Cupcan! Let go of me! Never! Never! Okay. Oh, stand me back up, Cupcan. Stand me back up. Oh, there we go. Cup cover people can't see my face anymore. I don't like being laid out. Stand me up. Okay. Oh, they can't see me anymore. Okay. Oh, no. Ah, no. Sorry, schizophrenia again. Hi, Sourdough. Wait, did I already say hello to you, Sourdough? I feel like I did. You need to talk to more people. Never! Never! Talking to people is crazy. Wait, I just realised something. If your Templars have Imperial Fist Arm, is an Imperial Fist of a Templar? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, this guy just does it to honour his battle brothers from another chapter. Maybe there's an Imperial Fist that does the same. Who knows? She talks to more people. They're just in her head. Maybe she needs to talk to less people. Okay. Turns off chat. The helmet before it gets in the way. No. No, the helmets. The helmets stay on. We offer voices in our head. We're real. really in her head. Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. But none of these guys have names. You need to start coming up with names. Give them names. And not Jeff, because I think we have a couple of Jeffs. We got a Just Jeff. And we got Jeff here as well. And we've got Taylor Landor here. Hi, TA. How you doing? We need to paint more models. Painting the models. Painting models. Paint. But what about Joff? Okay, we can do a Joff. Joffrey. Actually, I do think we have a Joffrey. Geoff. Again. Geoff again. Jeffrey next. I think we have a Jeffrey. There we go. Jeffrey next. Papa Scotch. It got so much writing on the bottom of these, it's really hard to write on them. Okay, this guy is the one who needs painting, I think. Still. Yeah. Any of the names? Being between worse hope. Being better, being worse. Hope everyone is doing well. Oh. I hope you end up soon being even better than you've ever been before. I'm doing okay, except my tummy's been really bad. Any other names? Any other names from anybody? No more Jeffs. No, we're not having Alpharius. I think I've had one name that's kind of themed on Alpharius already. One is enough. Bill. I think I might have had a Bill. But just in case, I've got to call him Billy Bob. Billow. I'm gonna call him Billow with a little comma. Billow. Alpha. No, not Alpharia. Fail. Feel. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, fealty. Oh, so I accidentally wrote it to FEA. I was like, oops. So I changed it to fealty. Yeah, this guy just has a lot of fealty. That's what they named him, fealty. He was an orphan with no name. Honestly, the Templars would do that. They'd be like, hey, are you an orphan with no name? It's like, yeah. You want to be called fealty? It's like, not really. Well, he called fealty now, and you're becoming a Templar. It's like, oh, okay. That's your friend over there named Papa Scotch. Why did he get called Papa Scotch? Because when we discovered him, he was setting fire to things, and it was really funny.
Is there a chaplain equivalent, in which case, Bill Nye the Sermon Guy?
I already have a chaplain. No, all the 3 guys that need names at the moment are Neophytes. Space Marines get winning recruits. Black Templars have to kidnap. Actually, no. Most Space Marines don't really get all 2 willing recruits. Remember, they have all Space Marines are child soldiers, with the exceptions of some Space Wolves and some White Scars, I believe. But most adults who try to become Space Marines, you know, die. Children have a much higher success rate. So... well, Black Templar mostly get their recruits from conquering a world, while liberating a world, and then basically recruiting from its population. Many of the children they'll recruit would have been orphans from the war, or from being like under Chaos control or whatever, or Xenos control. Although my guys are a bit more, you know, nicer liberators than your typical Black Templar. Serpentius. That's a guy from Haspin Hotel. Serpentius. That's a demon. That's... oh no, wait. There we go. When someone drops a baby and you need to quickly get it back before a Black Templar steals it. Actually, no, it's probably going to be the Scholar Progninium, or how you ever meant to pronounce it, who create commissars and stuff. Most commissars were orphans. Most Sisters of Battle, well, many Sisters of Battle were also orphans. Generally, like, orphans, some relatively well-to-do families, although well-to-do is questionable. Like, well-to-do by Imperial standards can sometimes still mean relatively bad. It just means you're not starving all of the time. Although sometimes it can mean you are. Effectively just means the Imperium views your role as somewhat important and difficult to replace. Or difficult enough that they, you know, if you're just a tiny bit extra than normal. Most chapters get their recruits from feral worlds, where there's the armored angels come and steal children like every 10 cycles. I'm not sure if that's the case. I know some chapters get them from feral worlds, but it really depends on the chapter. Ultramarines usually get, you know, volunteers. I believe Blood Angels also get volunteers. Like, I say volunteers. It's more like your parents volunteer you for the program. And if they're struggling for volunteers or whatever, they'll just basically go to the orphanages. And failing that, they'll start kidnapping. But some of them aren't as respected, or they don't have as like strong control as like the Ultramarines do over a few planets, or large population of planets, or planet that has a large population. You get places like the Imperial Fist, who effectively have recruitment outposts on numerous worlds. Technically, the Black Templar do. They do build keeps on the worlds to effectively continue
the
to
Shola
recruit them.
Progenium only takes in the finest war orphans, where the corpse starch flows like water and the mines are already filled.
Yeah. Generally, for there's two paths in the Scolopogninium. You've got the Commissar, well, there's multiple paths. You've got the Commissar, the Sisters of Battle, there's becoming a priest, and so on. And generally, the Commissars, I believe, are only taken for noble stock. Not every single Commissar is an orphan. Not everyone in the Scolopogninium is an orphan, as far as I'm aware. But often you're in a situation like, for instance, a family might have 10 children already, so you're not open to inheriting anything, so they just send you to the Scolopogninium. Others. Oh yeah, Tempestus signs also come from the same place. Tempestus signs are elite stormtroopers that are kind of related to the Astra Militarum, like that they in the Astra Militarum book, but they're a bit different in which they're not directly within the organizational hierarchy of the Astra Militarum. Instead, they come from a different place. They are recruited in a different way. They are generally much more indoctrinated and disciplined than most Imperial Guardsmen. And it's not the same as others, like the Krieg indoctrinate their troops. The Foistum Firstborn do the same. And the Mardian Iron Guard also do the same. But each time they indoctrinate troops, they're indoctrinating them based on their own ideas of how, you serve the Emperor. And their own ideas can vary quite dramatically from what the Administratum and, the Ecclesiarchy believes is the best way to worship the Emperor. I mean, even they don't always agree. You got multiple different sects within the Ecclesiarchy. But for Tempestus Science specifically, the writing of a box does nothing, by the way. Nobody can read. Wait, sorry, I missed one. Actual space means set up a really big box with free food written on it, and when someone enters, they close the box and run away. Pfft. Wait, do they run away with a box, or do they just leave it there? You didn't have to explain how everyone gets recruits. No, I do. It's interesting. I find it interesting, and since I find it interesting, you have to find it interesting now. I'm coughing. Oh no! Talon's trying to kill me with magic. No! It was like, I'll teach you for laughing at me. I'll cuss you. He cussed me. Why I wrote it makes it seem like the space marines just close the box and went away giggling. Yeah. What about, why don't they take the box? They just leave a child there to starve or something. Hope you're doing well, Kundra. I'm doing okay. I've got a bit of hay fever, so I'm a bit coughy and sneezy at the moment.
I hope you're doing well, Conjurer.
Thank you.
I find this interesting, so you will find this interesting. Grabs the rat by the body and starts explaining the deep lore of agri-worlds.
So the housing crisis... Over 3 times, the Angel of the Empress just loved pranking poor people. Yet, no, I'm not a banana. Why? Don't eat me. I'm back. Hi. My Alpha Legion doesn't need recruits. Everyone is already Alpharius. Alpharius! Damn it, I should have said housing crisis. I think I'm going to do this guy pale. So I'll get some Wraithbone on him. Where's my Wraithbone? Wraithbone. No, it's Pallid Witch Flesh. Wraithbone, bone. grabbing me by the body as opposed to grabbing me by the soul, which Conjurer can do at will, but doesn't. I mean, true. What do I want? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the Scholar Pogninium, they basically indoctrinate them based on exactly what the Administratum and the Ecclesiarchy wants them to be like, which is why why the Scholar Pogninium directly recruits priests, or they directly feed into a cycle of priests and Sisters of Battle. So yeah, and basically the Tempestus Signs at that point are basically like the other Stormtroopers. If you look up what other place in the world had Stormtroopers, most famously, yeah, they're basically the same as them. They're basically a political army wielded by the major political party of the Imperium, the Administratum. And the same goes for like the commissars and stuff, the morale officers. 3-thinned paint. Just have to be mixed a bit more though. Also, I'm using the wrong brush for this. Oops. I want to use a different brush that's a bit thinner. A bit better to get details on with it. Heard that one of the Alpha Legionnaires were banished to a forbidden space as offense, turning a nuke. Don't turn into a Stirlander. Stirlanders are the worst, apparently, according to what's his name. Begins with T. I forget. Tariff. Yeah. Capacitor signs are crazy. Dreamer Raid! Paladin Stem! Hello, Dreamers! I didn't see it could tell me. But just let me finish this shoulder pad. We're painting a shoulder pad with Wraithbone, which is a colour from Citadel Paints. Hello, Baya. Hello, Malmal. How is everybody today? What is your name and profession? Banana, and I'm Banana. No, I'm Cupcake Conjurer. In name and profession, this isn't my real form. I got turned into a banana. I'm not actually. I got turned into a cupcake that looks suspiciously like a choco banana. And Cuptle's trying to eat me. But it's fine. I'm alive. Big love hearts to you all. I'm Cupcake Conjurer, both name and profession. First name Cupcake, second name Conjurer. Oh my gosh, it's a Kingdom of Hearts fire. Eat food. Thanks for Dino Nuggies. And yeah, how was Kingdom Hearts? By the way, we got Jeffrey next. Over here. And here's his brother, Jeff. And his other brother. That's Papa Scotch. That's Vtuber. That's Billy. Did we do Joff? Yeah, Joffigan. Joffigan. This activist stick, not for. I'm not. This is me. I'm here. I'm in Chibi mode today. Yeah, finished the game again. Nice. You beat the game with a grandpa, who is a grey-haired old man. From what I saw. Uneducated child soldiers of Mickey Mouse, who is a side character. Oh no. There we go. There we go. I hope you had a fun stream. Remember to, you know, get some food, hydrate, take care of yourself, get some good rest if you need to. Everyone go and give Briar some love. Subscribe to her if you haven't, and, you know, give her stream some likes. And don't forget to like this stream too, because it helps the algorithm. It helps me. Every like is a prayer to the Omnisire. To the Omnisire, the machine god. Ooh. I just had an idea. What if my Black Templars, my redeemed blades, reclaimed blades, what if they worship the Omnisire? And like they're part of the entire... Like, did a way where most Space Marine chapters don't worship the Emperor? What if these guys are kind of similar? Well, what about these guys, you know, like the Black Templars, they worship the Emperor and see him as a god, but they also see him as the Omnisire, like fully and completely. Or if I like, praise to the Omnisire. I was trying to find more Mechanicus shoulder pads, because there's a few Mechanicus shoulder pads you can get. Mostly from the not for Black Templars, the Land Raider. And the Tech Marine. There we go. But yeah, we're painting for white on these dudes. So we got like, this is the colour scheme we're going for, except I decided I want to paint for helmets white on these guys because I didn't like how the helmet came out. And for that, to get this, I need to go for a very light base colour first. So just painting white everywhere. Also, these knee pads are going to be black. This guy is going to be super, super pale. Nice milky texture. There we go. There we go. I wanted to get more painted off stream, but I just didn't get around to it in the end, unfortunately. Which wasn't great, but sometimes that's just what happens. Hello, Sir Honey Rose. It's been a while. You look amazing, new model. Thank you. Yeah, it is a new model. Also, I just got turned into bananas. I'm sorry. You're back from a long travel around the world. Ooh, I hope it went well. I'm glad you came back to us. Nice to see you again. Did you visit England in your trip around the world? So what happened to the channel while I was gone? Well, we had a fun stream. No, we've got a new model debut. There's actually a few new models, including a new cat farm. No cat farm. No cats. I'm not a cat. Very fluffy. Oh, so this is not very focused. Lots of new models. We've been reading lore. We've been painting. We've built some knights. We've been playing Rogue Trader, which is a very fun game. Yes, but I got run off by some angry people. Oh, so I got into a new tabletop game. Ooh, which tabletop game? Is it for Necro mode, which is basically where you use Play-Doh? That looks fun. It's called Planet Shark. It's adorable. Oh, I've never heard of that. There we go. How's that look? That's not looking too bad. Yeah. Unfortunately, taking painting white takes a while. It's very difficult. This is one of the reasons why I undercoated the last set of models in white. And these Neophytes have quite a lot of white on them, from more skin being appearing to having to paint from white to get that lighter colour. And the helmets. Oh, and this thing of the back. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm going for more bone white colour rather than straight white, because I just like it more. Oh, I never did this under part of it, but it's fine. A pretty strong white. And no one's going to really see that much. And if you like, you can look it up. It's also got... I also got into Ashra Chronicles of the Drowned. And you got a new bed. Nice! New beds are always fun. Or like puff bed. Oh, there we go. That don't get very warm. There we go. Okay, it's coming along. Slowly but surely. Maybe I will go over with 4x white to get a more smooth white colour on them. You're also excited for Foidlings Bound? Oh, you mentioned a lot of things I have no idea about. But I'm excited for you. There we go. Oh, nice. This is coming together. Painting is difficult, but it's coming to. What do you think we're going to announce for next week? You know, Warhammer. Oh, they've got the they're probably going to release the Grenadiers in separate boxes, aren't they? Next week. And oh, what is that? The new tower. The strong that's going to crash websites. That is going to crash. The Defiler crashed websites. The it wasn't as bad with the Yavik release and stuff, and Armageddon, but the Defiler crashed websites. The Custodes Battalion box crashed websites. Is it mentioning soap and sours? No, it's not soap and I'm not stinky. No. Why are you calling me stinky? I like having showers. I love showers. There you go. Exercises. Getting the second coats on. Oh joy, stream crashed. Stream crashed? I never saw it crash. Oh, back? I think it should be back. Inconsistencies.
Inconsistencies. She said she prefers baths, the human soup. Now she says she likes showers. This means she likes slurry in reality.
No. I can't tell what your profile pic is from here. Looks like Heffy. Oh, now I can see the profile picture if I click on you. No idea what it is. Looks like a bird boy. It's a dude with a giant sword. And he's covered in feathers. Are you sure that's an axe? It just looks like a long sword with a long, you know, what's it called? Thingamajig. That's what they call them. Handle. Here's a hunter from other universes, but it's basically the last one before I go for a full spin Evo. Oh. There we go. Right, and okay, for these guys, we don't need multiple layers because all it needs to do is just be light enough to throw some Gulliman flesh tone over. Dropping stuff. There we go. And with this, one guy will be painted with the white tones. So this is going to be a slow process, I feel like. Well, the others won't have as much skin to paint, which is good. Hilt! That's the word I wanted. It's a giant cleaver. It's a giant cleaver. It's not feathers, it's skin. Oh. 5 ways started to play. I noticed. It started to playing like BRB. Baba! It started playing Lies of P because I saw someone play it and it looks fun. And it has a really fun mechanic I wish more games had. All weapons are divided by blade and handle, so you can mix and match these two. So the game just lets you create your own weapon by combining a handle and a blade. Ship of Theseus style. Broom of Trigger style. You know, they should split it up into handle, blade, and pommel. I just stuck a tiny dagger to the longest handle I got. Pull myself. That's called a spear. It might be a very short shafted spear. But isn't that just a spear? A dagger on the end of a stick. Go stabby stab. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab. Wait. Oh, it could just be a crafting knife. You might have just made yourself a crafting knife, Talan. I invented a spear from principle. Yep. It is hilarious. Nice. Wait, where do they actually hold it? Like, if this is a weapon, do they hold it like up here and the rest of the handle is just basically nothing? Is it a two-handed weapon with it on the end? Or do they hold it like down here? Or do they hold it like... So do they just hold it like this, or do they hold it like there? It's like da 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 da. I'm guessing the animations are based on the handle. The handle decides a moveset, and the blade decides a damage and speed. Oh my gosh, you could just go for like... So with a dagger, I imagine your attacks are incredibly quick, but not the strongest. And if we go by a lot of game mechanics, it probably adds bleeding or something stupid. So I am using it like a really comically fast axe. Oh, so it's like, oh, like that, and it's like swing, smash, mash, mash. Wait, which way does a dagger come out of? Does it come out the top, like stabby stab, or is it more like, does it point that direction? So it's like, so it swings like that, or is a blade just going slicing down? The top points out the top. Okay. So like a spear. But for animations, it's like for an axe. This thing gets side to side and up and down. Interesting. Now you need to get the tiniest handle and put the heaviest and the biggest weapon on it. Clown music plays when I'm around. I mean, it's not just Lies Up in general. Hi, Night Parade! Sounds like the Assegai spear used by Zulu warriors. They were also short spears with long blades. No, this is a long handle with a short blade on it. You need to find the shortest shortest handle, the smallest one, like from a dagger, and just put like a great sword blade on it. And then you'll be trying to do sneaky backstab attacks with like this giant sword. Goes behind someone to do the, you know, kill animation from behind, you know, where you go, and it's just this giant sword on it, or an axe, and the axe head is facing the wrong way. Oh no, can he get like a double-headed axe blade? Put that on a dagger. Struck a fireman, axed the handle of a police baton. Wait, what happens if you stick the police baton on your giant axe handle? Does it just become a quarterstaff at that point? The moveset is literally just beating a guy over the head, motion over and over. Good. Good. I imagine if we just add gun to the game, and you could just take like the gun from you could just take like the handle of a gun and just like put an axe on it or something, and you still just shoot the enemy, but now it just be it's shooting really slowly, and it just your bullets just hit like when you're being hit by an axe. I was crying, you're crying, laughing. I kept saying, stop resisting arrest. I had tears. Nice. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we need to add gun to the game to learn. Oh my gosh, machine pistol to the game. I just think, what if they did add a gun and they added multiple different guns, so you could have like a Glock, a machine pistol, and a sniper rifle. And you just take the sniper rifle and put it on the machine pistol handle, and by those rules, you just got this sniper rifle that's just going... No, wait a minute. No, it decides the attack style. And it's the other thing that decides the speed and damage. Ah, so it won't shoot. It won't be a super rapid firing sniper rifle. You just be basically having a machine pistol firing in slow motion. You can't add like the string of a bow to an axe. You know. There we go. I'm waiting to find like a halberd or an actual spear to attach my dagger head to. At that point, it would literally just be a spear. Although if you can do it with a halberd, so you're just doing rapid halberd attacks, would be hilarious. You're remaking the spear by using the spirit creation. I'm not even sure I found a way to use the system in a non-comical way. Honestly, making it comical was probably half of the intention. Well, I've heard a lot about the game, but this is the first time I'm hearing about its weapon customization system. Did you know you can do that in Fallout, though? Weapon customization like that. You can pretty much give any upgrade to any weapon because there's a bug in the game. And if it exploits the bug, you can pretty much get like a mini machine pistol and stuff like that. Or a knife that every time you stab someone, it just explodes. It's like, I have a knife. If I stab you, the world explodes. The world ends. I have enough nukes to destroy the world 5 times over. Yeah, and where are they? On the end of my knife. No! Not the way Bethesda does it. Bethesda does it by accident. Lies of P does it on purpose. I imagine they were doing a different weapon customization system and they accidentally did that. And they're like, let's just keep it. Melee weapons are super boring in Fallout games, except New Vegas, of course. They're not too bad in Fallout 4. I don't know what's wrong with the melee weapons in Fallout 4. You are a Fallout 4 defender. I am not talking to you. What do you mean a Fallout 4 defender? Is there any other type of Fallout 4 player? Everyone loves Fallout. Actually, I'm not a big Fallout 4 defender. I have a lot of gripes with Fallout 4, just for not for common gripes. I mean, some of my gripes are the common gripes, but not all of them. I guess we should brand you somehow so people find out too. Like a sticker on your face. No. I'm gonna stop crying because people keep calling me stinky. There we go. Just a picture of Todd smiling. No, not Todd! Unless it's Boris Toddbringer, in which case, yes. But not Todd Howard. Look, at least Bethesda are not as bad as Creative Assembly. Bethesda hasn't done anything as bad as adding Boris Todbringer to the game and not allowing you to play him. There is no greater evil that has ever occurred in this world. I've heard if you do use mods to play him, he's just basically a generic Emperor General. And it's like, no! But yeah, Lies of P is an amazing game. The handle blade system gave such a depth of combat preparation I've never seen before. The rest of the game is fun too. Bosses are great and nice. Nice. There we go. Fallout 4 is a combat rifle. That alone is worth jailing everyone who worked on the game for 100 years. Oh, the silly looking assault rifle thing. Yeah, I don't use that. What do I use when I play the game? I don't even know. I often use a 10mm pistol because that's great. And then I think it's pretty much it. I think it's just a 10mm pistol. You find the 10mm pistol and that's it. That's the only weapon you need anymore. You get Kellogg's pistol and you go, that's not as good as a 10mm pistol. My starting weapon's amazing. You don't use weapons, you just play for city sim portion. I do play the city sim portion and the robot building portion. When we played last time, we were playing with a 40k mod, so I think I might have had like a bolt gun or something like that. I'm not a big fan of laser weapons except for the assault run head. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, use a Necron. Sorry, blowing my nose. Oh, and we also use a Tau pulse rifle. I think I generally played with like sniper style weapons. Maybe not a sniper, but you know, rifles. Not for automatic versions. Just semi-automatic. I just went down like things like Mr. Fister route. What else is there? Nuclear launchers count as snipers, one shot. Yeah, I don't really use them. It's very hard to get good shots in. And also mini nukes are quite rare to come by. Oh no, when we last played, my main aim ended up just being... It wasn't even like a city sim builder. We did do some city sim building. But wasn't my main thing just getting like cola production up and running? It's like every time we opened up the game, I'm like, I've got a bunch of new mods. It's like, what do the mods do? Help me make cola. I got cola decorations. I've got Coca-Cola. here and there. It's like, oh. I've changed all iterations of Nuka-Cola to Coca-Cola. Hi, Douglas. I hope you're having a wonderful day too. Can I beat Fallout 4 when every bullet is a mini nuke? It's a hilarious video. Minigun suddenly becomes the most hilarious weapon for about 5 seconds before it blows up. Maybe not even 5. A game where you can combine weapon parts would be fun. Like, really in depth. Yeah. Very hard to balance, though, I imagine. I swear I've seen a similar system to that, though, where you can combine 2 things. It's not like combining weapon parts necessarily, but it's like every single weapon has like 3 runes to it or something, and you can effectively mix and match the runes together, a bit like enchantments in Skyrim in a way. I swear there's a game that acts like that, but you can literally just take like the speed of a dagger and just put it on an axe or something. But boom. Weapon could be divided into barrel, receiver, stock, and magazine. Maybe some barrels only work with on certain ammo, and ammo decides the damage and so on. You can kind of do that in Fallout games. Well, for Fallout games that have customization in. Not all of them, obviously, but in enough of them. I mean, but you can go to some weapons and just go, yeah, this is going to be a 45 caliber now. Or you can change it to use pipe ammo ammunition, so that, you know, you got the more common ammunition. The ammunition decides the damage type that you've got, or at least how much damage it's going to do. Then you can have like certain barrels and attachments that can go on multiple weapons. Most attachments are only for like a very specific weapon, but there are some that can be shared across them. And you can change like what ammo type you want to use. You can on some of the weapons, not all of the weapons. Well, obviously, if you decide to just break the game, you can do that. You can go, this pistol is now firing mini nukes, will fire exploits. Or this pistol is now firing rockets. Oh, darn it. Well, either way, I'll be having to correct things anyway later, so... That's just a mistake that will need correcting. What I want to do. Feels like Right, I've got like my glasses lenses are being all weird. Okay, yeah, they need cleaning. Where's my glass lens cleaner? Glass lens cleaner. Do 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 do. My vision's becoming foggy because of you. I need to clean my glasses. Stop coping. Oh, do. Do you think next week is when for Cogfort? That's the name. Do you think for next week the Cogfort's gonna come out? And if so, is anyone planning to get one? I have no plans to get a Cogfort, even though I kind of want to get one. It's such a silly thing. I just like how every single army in Age of Sigmar can now use Cogforts, apparently. Well, I hope they do a battle report on it. The battle report with Titus was really fun. Oh, that's better. I can see. I can see! Oh my gosh, there aren't dots everywhere. I thought there were just dots everywhere. I thought we got invaded by the dot aliens. The dot aliens. Silliness. What even is a dot alien? It's an alien that is a dot. It spreads its dots everywhere. With a worst enemy in the Mordecai universe. Did you know there's a psychic Xenos whose death caused the galaxy to like really suffer? It was so psychically powerful and like mind controlled this massive population that when the Black Templars killed it, the psychic resonance basically like burnt out psychers and astropaths all over the galaxy and caused like ships to go missing and stuff. It's just a weird tidbit of lore that's like rarely ever mentioned again. It's like, oh. Like, okay. I don't even think it's in the current Black Templar Codex. I think that's from 11th. Not 11th, 9th, sorry. Oops, went the wrong direction with my going enough numbers. Did you know that aliens ate your son? And they sold him down the lane? They killed everyone and so don't do it. No one is blamed. There we go. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, this seems a bit washed out. Just let me change some of my video capture device because this feels really washed out. Okay, I think that should help a little. It might just be that everything is pretty much black and grey here, except for the looming cardboard. Want this guy to be? Nah. Have you heard of a 60-30-10 method where mini needs to be 60% one colour, 30% of another, and 10% of another? Kind of in a way. In which that's kind of how some painting is done. Like, not just of minis, but, you know, art in general. So it's in a guide by John Blanche. It works, I guess. If I look at this guy, it's basically 60% black. 30% of another colour. Yeah, I'd say usually that would be gold, although maybe there's more blue, yellow here. And gold and yellow. If you have any other whites and greys. I don't know. I mean, you definitely have your primary, your secondary, and your tertiary colours when it comes to models. But sometimes you might want to go for, you know, 2 primary colours. For instance, you get some chapters of Space Marines where you want to be black and white. Like, literally, it's halfway down if they're black and the other half are white. Or it might be yellow and red or yellow and blue. In which case, the 60% is basically 30% one colour, 30% the other colour. John Black's like for father, John Blanche is like for father Warhammer painting. Yeah, and he also painted a lot of the cool art. You know, I think he painted for art for do you know that guy with the giant axe, the Castellan? Yeah, for art, that model, or at least the original version of that model before I kit bashed it, is based on some art by John Blanche. Well, yeah, it doesn't really work for everything, but generally when you'd want those types of methods, you basically have your primary colours and they're your 60%. It might be one primary colour, it might be multiple primary colours. For instance, Cadians, their primary colours are green and brown. The armour is green, the rest of the armour is, you know, a brown colour. And those two take up, like, actually they probably take up more than 60% between them. But then the skin is probably at about 30%. I've already got your leathers and stuff. The guy with a big axe. The guy with an absolutely giant axe, and it's got the combi bolter that has Templar written on it. Hi, Bob the Innkeeper. No, I'm not a cat. But yeah, generally, not sure I super agree with that method. I wouldn't get too caught up with it. And it can always work for like whatever you're doing or whatever. Your description only excludes like girly man. What do you mean only excludes girly man, who is like 90% blue? Currently Warhammer Painting, their general consensus is you want... They have the 3 colour rule, and the 3 colour rule is effectively to make it easy to read. So you have 1 colour for the weapon, which is a different colour from the main body, and then you'll have a second colour on the main body to effectively help differentiate parts of that body. So the simple way it goes is like you might have blue body, red head, and then a black weapon. Hi, Bob. The axe description, your goldfish. Oh. Okay. I sold a giant axe. The axe is like the size of him, but the handle is like tiny.
Misery
Hi,
word of the day.
Misery.
Krieg. I got someone into Warhammer and they started collecting models. Bad news is it's Krieg Imperial Guard, so
You expect him to be homeless by Christmas, unless we decide to just go with Rogal Dawns and Baneblades. This dude, you goof. The model that this is originally made from. So it didn't have the giant axe, it didn't have this head, and it had a different backpack. This is based on art by John Blanche. Or John Blank, however you meant to say his name. Now if we want to spam infantry, oops. Yeah, that's gonna put them homeless. I'm sorry, I just elbowed that. Although if they can get like the old combat patrol, the Krieg one, and the Krieg army sets, it might be a bit better off. It's on for Saturnine. Captain. Who are you and why am I here? I'm Cupcake Conjurer in name and profession, and you're here because I conjured you. Using my cupcake magic. Yeah, when playing the game, if your main aim is to play, your aim in painting, like if you don't really care about painting that much, it just should be readability. And honestly, that's why I don't like some styles of painting, like some of this volumetric painting that's really common on YouTube right now. It's not very readable. Like, it's very difficult to, like, once you put the model far away, like, on the table, and you're stood, like, 3 feet away from it, to actually tell what it is. Like, it's like, okay, there's an intercessor, which looks identical to this other dude, which looks identical to this other dude. It's like, when you go by the more block paint method, you end up just with more readable figures, where someone can quickly tell what is what. And the issue as well is when you've got like a horde of models. Let's say you got 2 squads in close combat with a single thing like a Demon Prince. And the Demon Prince wants to attack into one of those units, and it wants to attack into the weaker unit. Let's say both of those units are assault intercessors. How do you know which one's which? It can be very difficult to tell, which is one of the reasons why having like different knee pad colours is so important when you got multiple identical squads, because that way you can just look at it and be like, okay, he belongs to this squad. Ultimately, if you want to make it super readable though, instead of just having each of these shoulder pads representing a different detachment, you instead have a knee pads representing detachments of a shoulder pads representing squad number. So that way you can tell without having to look at the knees. Ow, why did you conjure me here? What is my your task is to like and subscribe! Oh my gosh, everyone! Your modus operandi is to like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah. Feed the algorithm. I painted, build more than play. Glad the Death Guard has pretty readable models without accounting for paint. Yeah. A lot of factions do. Yeah, when I paint, I'm generally trying to go for like a sense of readability on them. And there's all sorts of things you can do with your models, to be honest. But if your main goal is just to paint, or you just enjoy painting, then you might not care about readability in the slightest. You might just want to do fun stuff. Like, I know some people, every marine they paint or every model they paint, they just do it in a new style, in a new way. Or experimenting because they find it fun painting different things. This makes it hell to actually see what a squad is meant to be when it's just a flash of colours. But they're not really fair to be painting a lot. They're fair to be... I mean, not be painting, playing a lot. They're fair to really be predominantly just painted. Already did, my master. Please, I'm waiting. Watch the stream! Yeah! I'd enjoy it. And take care of yourself. And be kind to others. And vice versa. Yeah. Make sure you hydrate, you eat good foods, all of that good stuffs. Black Templar models have zero readability because they can't read. Hey! They can. You can't read. You can't read. Look, it's pointing at you. You can't read. You. Hey, not me! Them. They can't read. I'm not familiar with this concept. No! I mean, they can give me names of these models. Gosh, you know, not everyone's named. A bunch of them are named, but we're still looking for names. How many names do we need? We need 3. We need 2 names. Oh, we got Max Lancer over here. I have a cool Max Lancer. Why do you get such a cool name? Okay, we got 2 guys who need names. Is this your chapter that is Homebrew and not Black Templar? Technically. But if they come from the Black Templars. I'm just vibing to the music. Yeah, these are the they've stopped being Black Templars and for now for redeemed blades. Not redeemed blades, reclaimed blades. Ugh. You want to call them for redeemed blades today? No, reclaimed. For a chapter that has close ties with the Adeptus Mechanicus, well, I did Adeptus Mechanicus Explorator fleet that follows them around. They're still Crusaders. They originally come from the Black Templars. Although for the Sons of Dawn successor, obviously. And their main goal is to... I'm a cat now! No! Okay, it was nice to mess with you a little bit. No one's giving... There's 2 names we need for our dudes here. This guy's called Billy. Billy! Wasn't he the hero from Adventure Time? The Unkyridian. I want that to be blue. Redeemed blade sounds even more zealous. No, they're not the redeemed, they're the reclaimed blades. Josephine and L'Oreal, here is your names. Josephine and L'Oreal. L'Oreal's a shampoo brand. I'm gonna call this one Lorry. It's Lorry. Dennis and a Misery, do you have any cool names you want to give these guys? You know, what's a common name? My male. Between my male and that Space Marine's name. Billy. I think we have a Billy. Yeah, we have a Billy. Yeah, I'll just mention the entire thing about Billy. There we go. Common between my male and that Space Marine's name, Billy. Your male's Billy. Oh, because you get bills in the mail. Why, you get bills in the mail? You live in the 60s or something? All electronic now. I meant Billy as in too many bills. Yeah, I understood it in the end. But you live in the 60s. Don't bonk me. Why are you bonking me? You also get bills in the mail. No, I'm not that old. Who gets bills in the mail anymore? Not old enough to play Warhammer Fantasy. Ah! Warhammer Fantasy is the ultimate board game. And you're just jelly that you never got to play. Bum ba da bum ba dum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba dum ba da ba dum dum. Don't assume anyone's rude. I wasn't assuming ages. I was assuming what time frame you live in. Like, not are you 60? Do you live in the 60s? Like, in the 60s. Like, I was assuming, not that you're from it, but you're actually existing right then and right there. Like, do you know the 60s rang? They want their bills back. I rude, I am misery. Oh, no, hi! I'm down here. I was down there. Yeah, I was down there, Cuptle. I'm sorry. Go away. Go away. Like someone talking about Blockbuster. That's like 2 million years ago. Actually, isn't there still a Blockbuster around today? The time of a blockbuster. A simpler time for simpler people. You know what we should do? We should bring back Blockbuster and just stop streaming services. But then everyone would just pirate. And Blockbuster will still die anyway. I'm misery, I'm enjoyment, high enjoyment, I am cupcake. Am I doing it correctly? If everyone is an Easter egg, everyone wants the Easter egg. I can't think of names. I just may know Bottles Guy. Oh, Guy's a cool name. Let's name this guy. Guy Fieri. Like the heavy bolt rifle captain guy. Oh. Yeah, there we go. So I'm struggling to get that off then. Gaia. There we go, we got Gaia here. Oh, it's 6! That means... Next week. Wait. Oh, wait, I thought they already released the Astrominus. They're releasing the Astrominus, the Iron Hail Crane Gunners team. Oh my gosh, they're coming in squads of 22. Okay. Guy Fieri. And then the Peasant Levy is coming in squads of... Look at these. Aren't these models super cool? If you're playing Warhammer Front, you could be... Well, I mean, it's old world. You could have some cool models. Oh, and then you got the Ogres coming. They're pretty cool. And the fire support battery is no longer just... They got the artillery, and then they got the artillery that shoots underground. Which is just hilarious. Also, it must be much weaker munitions if it's firing underground. Or it must be like rocket, propelled some other means. Probably drills. Because, if they fired it with the same, force, one of the things is, while it's heavy, means it doesn't move too much, but the entire force is going into the ground, basically. Where here it's going into the air, so every time you fire, it just risks jumping up and then landing on the person firing it. And the heavy bolter, and the laser destroyer, and the multi-laser battery. Ooh, the Battle of Talon, Part 1. Arcade. Ooh, 524 has Wizard Clash. Minigame. Yarrick's back. Armageddon's under attack. Ooh, that seems like a cool White Dwarf. The models make me feel like I actually live in the 60s. 6'7". Hi, Echo, how you doing? That's so cool. But let's look. Not that one. Old world. Grand Cafe. Look how cool Grand Cafe models are. Now look at this dude. And obviously every single other old world faction has models that are just as high fidelity. Look at these goblins. Look how super high fidelity this goblin is. Oh my gosh, so much detail. Oh my goodness. It's so silly looking. I like him though, he's so silly. Okay, what about the big uns? You can't complain about... Okay, I do not like the big uns. And they're so expensive, for like £6 a model. And the metal. Are they metal? Yeah, 5 models. Oh, it's so stupid looking. How are you, Cuppy? I'm okay. I'm doing okay today. We've been painting. I do think the trolls still look cool, even if I think they're overpriced for just 2 models. Oh, yeah. A lot of the old world models I definitely feel like need updates. The Battle of Talan. The Battle of Talan! No, it's a Battle of Talan. The Talan Desert Raiders. Look, this guy comes with his own little guy. Trolls are cool. Prefer the old stone trolls. Those were the old stone trolls. The new stone trolls are over here in Age of Sigmar. Destruction, Gloom Spike Gate. So these are the truckers. I do kind of prefer the truckers are much cheaper. They're much cheaper. They're much bigger models. They're actually harder to fit on the correct basis for Old World. Yeah, these are the new ones. I do think these ones have more of a derpy looking. They're more in fitting with the old Arc aesthetic of, you know, looking silly and chuffed of themselves. Like the little goofy goobers. Look at that goofy goober. Yeah, I use these guys in my Orcs and Goblins army. Hello. Okay, back. What did I miss? You missed me turning into a cat. I'm a druid, so I can't play with metal models. That's fine. Metal is horrible to work with. Yeah, using these, honestly, if you ever do want to get into Old World, you can easily just rebase some Age of Sigmar models. Like, I've got some, I've got a bunch of these Night Goblins, in addition to a bunch of, these Night Goblins here. It's because I bought 2 of the old spearheads. So I got a bunch of Truggers. And I got a bunch of the Squigbounders. In fact, some of the models you have to buy the Age of Sigmar ones because they have no other options. If you want some Squig Hoppers, buy the Age of Sigmar things. Want some River Trolls, buy the Age of Sigmar ones. Partly because the models were originally, you know, for 40k. Not 40k, fantasy. I've not updated them for thing. You want some of the Goblin Spider Riders, you have to get the Age of Sigmar ones. Fanatics, you need to get the Age of Sigmar ones. This model's not too bad. There's a lot of models that aren't too bad, but that's because they're kind of newer by the time that fantasy was going away. Like this guy. You can always play Age of Sigmar for better game, but you can't have giant blocks of troops in nice square formations. You say it's a better game, but where's your blocks? Where's your movement trays? Where's your blocks of troops? Well, what is up with... I think they're sparkly. They're portals to the Nether Realm. The portals to the Cupcake Realm. Look at my portal eyes. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Also, Cupcon, did you look up Planet Shark yet? No, because I've been painting. And then we looked up what's coming out next. Where do I put all my paintbrushes in for pot? Obviously, that's where do you put your paintbrush? In for paint pot. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, a new collab's coming this week. Square bad. I like circle. Circle! Yeah, well, you can't say you don't like the squares. Oh! Oh! Square versus circle. Now that's a true war. You have to like the circles. I mean the squares. Also, what's up with Age of Sigmar now having, like, you know, you don't have strength values. Instead, it's like, I just wound everything on a 2+. It's like, what the hell? How does that even work? It's like, hey, I can wound a goblin on a 2+, and I can wound a giant on a 2+. I kind of don't like that rule. I hope it never comes to 40k. I much prefer having strength of weapons. I still don't feel great about, you know, having everyone just hits on a free, like, what they got a rule of how they hit, and they just hit the same against everybody. It doesn't matter if they're an elite space marine, a custodian, or just a guardsman. They hit the same against everybody. And it's like, okay. Not a big fan of that. I can understand it. I'm just not a fan. Square pizza is still good pizza though. I love square pizza. If a pizza comes and it's not square.
Can you think Warhammer 40k is grimdark? Critter conflict is basically grimdark on roids.
Oh. Honestly, that's not a good way to sell it to me, because sometimes I think 40k is a bit too grimdark. I kind of prefer my 40k to be, you know, have a bit of light of hope to it. Which is why I don't mind Gulliman coming back and stuff. Square pizza reminds me of a bad office parties and bad school cafe. Wait, you got pizza at school? All I did was get a bunch of food that I couldn't have, and then the school would be like, you're not allowed to bring in your own lunch. And with detention for bringing in your own lunch. Detention for going out to get your own lunch. And then it's like, but I can't have the school food. It's like, Jamie Oliver said this is good, and we trust Jamie Oliver more than we trust your nutritionist. Like, no! Jamie Oliver is the worst thing to ever happen to the UK.
I'm gonna heresy the heck out of this conversation. Oval pizza.
Oval pizza, oval pizza. Can get it for the Oval Office. Oval pizza, oval pizza. No one likes oval pizza. That's just a pizza that was cooked wrong. Just with dough and cheese and ketchup. Just dough and cheese and ketchup. The taste. Actually, no, when I was in college, so sixth form, we did have like pizzas, but they weren't really pizzas. So what they were, I absolutely adored them. But basically, take a piece of the, like, one of those submarine rolls, cut it in half, put a bunch of cheddar cheese on, put a bunch of tomato paste on top. Not a ketchup, but tomato paste. So basically the same thing you would put on a pizza. And then just a bunch of cheddar cheese and some pepperonis, except they weren't like really, you know, good pepperoni. It was just a cheap one that didn't have any onion in it or anything. And then it was just baked on a really high heat for a while. And that's it. And I loved them. You could get them for like 25 pence, and I absolutely adored them. It's like, yes, just cheap food. That's high in calories and easy to digest. Oval pizza is great. That's the shape of a calzone. What the heck's a calzone?
So a normal pizza with cheddar.
No, it's bread. It's just, it's bread. They basically take a slice of, you know, bread with a crust on the bottom. Pizza dough is not bread, Talan. Pizza dough is not bread. Pizza baguette. Basically, it's a pizza baguette, yeah. Did you pronounce it correctly? I assume you do know what a calzone is. Look. A calzone is... I'm not actually entirely sure what a calzone is. I do get confused between different foods. Is it the one where it's like folded over like that? And it's got like a bunch of fillings inside and you cut it open. A bit like, you know, those omelette rice that you can get in Japan. I know those pizzas. It's better than crackers with ketchup. Yeah. Honestly, I absolutely loved them. Because they had nothing in them that I couldn't have. Like, I can't really have mozzarella. Because mozzarella just makes me ill. I don't know why mozzarella specifically makes me ill. But mozzarella does. Also, mozzarella always gets stuck in the back of my throat. And I really hate it. Maybe that's why it makes me ill. It's just the stress of eating mozzarella. Love the fact that she knows how to pronounce the word because she has used it. I bet someone understood her at calzone store when she asked for a cal-bading-ding. I can't get her a cal-bading-ding. No, look, calzone is an easy word to say. It's literally just cal-zone. I mean, maybe I wanted to call it a calzone. A calzone. Can I get you a calzone? You want the calzone? I'll get you a calzone. You don't want the calzone? Sammy, Mario, calzone. Oh, there you go. It's me, Mario. Oh no, Luigi. Someone stole your calzone. Oh no. Calzone is a pizza folded on itself with the ingredients of a middle. Okay, I do know that kind of. I never realised it was a pizza, to be honest. Because I think my father likes having calzones when like we've been to Italy and stuff. But for generally, it's not just like a pizza of ingredients, because otherwise it'd be super flat. The calzones I've seen for like super thick, and the dough's really soft. I say it's really soft. It's not like hard, like, you know, as hard as like a normal pizza dough is. It's thinner and more flexible, and it's filled with all sorts of stuff, like chicken. Like one of those big wool socks. Calzone means sock in Italian, does it? Oh. Oh. That's horrible. Can I have a thigh-high calzone? I'm curious, Cuptle and chat, has anyone here made Bailey's mochaccino? Mochaccino! I don't know what a mochaccino is. I think Bailey's is an alcohol. My best friend absolutely loves Bailey's. I don't really understand it, to be honest. I mean, I don't do alcohol. I don't do alcohol. Alcohol is evil. Evil. Also, most alcohols would actually make me ill anyway, so. Yeah, because they fold the pizza, so you have twice as much ingredients in the middle, hence the shape of a bulge. It always feels like it's got a lot more than a pizza. If like, the ones I've seen haven't been like a giant pizza. They've been kind of small like this, but absolutely stuffed full. So it's not just a bulge in the middle for like, it's like that wide, that long, and then that thick. Out, like, just bulging out like, oh. And he cut it open and he just got like loads of ingredients just pouring out. And it's like, whoa. There you go. Never seen her as untrusting as when she's talking about calzones. Look. Mochaccino is coffee, hot cocoa milk, and Baileys. Alcohol isn't evil. It's used in baking. Oh yeah, alcohol is fine when it's used like that, but that's because all the alcohol gets cooked off. It gets cooked off, and sometimes you get left with a bit of flavour and stuff. But that's fine. When it's used in like making cold ingredients, bad. When it's used in cooking, good. I have made sauces using white wine before. But I could honestly just go without, if I'm honest. It's one of the things about using alcohol in a sauce sometimes, like especially cheese sauces, is it helps get to a really nice texture. Where it's really difficult to do it if you don't use the alcohol. Mochaccino is a coffee. Oh, so hi, Ireland! Is a coffee, hot cocoa, milk, Baileys, and a tiny bit of melted cheese. Oh. Oh, melted cheese in your coffee. Ugh. It's absolutely going to make you have an anime aura moment. Not melted chocolate. I would expect melted chocolate, not melted cheese. That sounds horrible. And what is an anime aura moment? I imagine it's like first thing where you go, oh, that's amazing. And you know, you have the entire aura around you. It's like little rainbows and like birds tweeting, and it's like, oh, I don't want to have an anime aura moment. I'm scared. Okay, Cupcon, I need to get going. Bye so Honey Rose. Click. Oh no, he died. He got captured by Defies. He's fine. Someone fed me chocolate spiked with vodka once. They are servitor now. Ew, that's horrible. That's horrible. Don't feed people chocolate that's not. Oh. I don't understand the obsession with alcohol. Sometimes you get people as well who feel like, you don't drink. Are you sure? Don't you want this drink? I feel like they just can't accept that you don't want to drink alcohol. And it's not like someone said they don't want to play Warhammer. I can understand wanting to get people to play Warhammer and be like, hey, you don't like Warhammer? What have you tried this faction? Yeah, that's normal. It makes people... No, it doesn't. It makes them feel bad. It makes them think they feel good, and then afterwards they feel really bad, and then they want to get that high again. It's addictive. It's an addictive, horrible concoction that makes people act badly. Unlike cola. Definitely not addictive. Look, I've already got enough vices. Cola, Warhammer. Do I need more? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I should pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Yeah! No. You prefer boba tea? Boba tea! I've only had boba tea once from a local place, and it was all bitter. And it's not meant to be bitter, apparently. I was like, it tastes bitter and horrible. I mean, I don't mind bitter things too much, but still. I was expecting my choco boba to be, you know, sweet. Can I at least pick a good... What's wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh? You got the Egyptian god cards. You got fusion. You got XYZ summoning. You got synchro summoning. You got cheeseburgers. You got the hungry burger in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the sandwich. Look, does any other card game come with burgers and sandwiches? The hungry burger is now an archetype. Yeah, of course it does. It's been way too long without it getting an archetype. I mean, it did have kind of a mini archetype at one point back before they did proper archetypes. When it was just more like story of cards. Best Yu-Gi-Oh! Is for people with midlife crisis. You really want to get bonked on the snos today, Denison. Don't make me get my blue eyes deck on you. I've got a blue eyes, I got a red eyes, I got a green eyes, I got a cipher. Galaxy Dragon. Cipher Dragon. The state of current Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really bad and Konami is not doing anything to fix it. You legit have not seen a single news about the game. Yeah, I've not really been paying attention. I mean, I have noticed people saying that Yu-Gi-Oh! Scene is terrible now. But still.
Saying Zed reminds me of the Pulp Fiction quote, Zed is dead and the synthwave artist.
Zed is dead. What about, do you know when zombies are referred to as Zeds? I love it when zombies are referred to as Zeds. Only cards I play is Fate, and I'm destined to be in misery. I don't play any card game. That's super lame. If a movie or book called Zombies said they are cowards. No, it said as in they referred to them as Zeds like. Zed heads. Zed heads. I like calling zombies Zed heads. There's a Zed head over there. I've never seen that in my entire life. Have you been? No. Was it in Shaun of the Dead? It's one of the British zombie films where they call them Zeds. There's a good number of British zombie films. You have obviously the 28 Days Later. Shaun of the Dead. I can't remember if either of them use it. What other cool British zombie films are there? There's at least one other one that I really like. There's an Irish one, I remember. That was a bit weird. It's all about after the cure. The World's End. No, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead. World's End is the third in the Connector trilogy, which goes Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuss, and World's End. World's End was the worst. By far. Not even close how much worse the World's End is. Paul also kind of sucks. Not a big fan of Paul. If Capcom becomes... Wait, World's End wasn't a zombie film. Was it? Am I thinking of a different World's End? Or am I accidentally thinking of a film that's not called World's End, but thinking it's called World's End? That could be a thing. If Capcom becomes a zombie, would she eat cupcakes? No, I can't become a zombie. It's impossible for me to be a zombie. I'm already a fan by cupcake. I'm a cupcake conjurer. I can't be zombie. That's like if Princess Bubblegum became a zombie. It's impossible. Actually, I'm pretty sure she has become a zombie before. World's End had some great scenes.
World's End had some great scenes. Especially the twist with Gary King.
Gary King. Gary. Gary? Gary Gang. There's an alien in the rat race. There's an alien in my face. Alien in disgrace. An alien also. There we go. Get over there. Get over there. Okay, you are going to be super pale as well. Super pale. Super pale. That means you get the Wraith Bone Arms. I'm going to go with a Reichland Flesh over Wraithbone. I think that might be funny. I say funny, that might be fun. Because that's the way they do it in the instructions. They're like, oh, you should paint your guardsman. Zombies can't infect cake, so it makes sense. Yeah, true. So Cupcon is made a cake. Like, if you slice her, there's cake instead of... Yes! And I have strawberry jam instead of blood. Why do you think that my blood sugar's always so low? Because I need so much sugar in my diet. It's like I drink so much cola because, you know, it's so chock full of sugar. To keep the strawberry jam flowing and sugary. And now I'm out of cola. Ooh, strawberry jam. It's like for ultramarines of jam. Well, you don't like strawberry jam? I'm sorry, I'm too common for you. What type of fancy jams do you want? Blueberry. Blueberry. You know, berries aren't even blue. I think blueberry jam is like the ultramarines of jam. As you know, they're both blue. Okay, I just drank like an entire glass of water by accident. It wasn't by accident, like I wanted to drink, but when I was like drinking, I'm like, I need more. I need more. I need more! And then it was all gone. I need to get more water. But after. Do. If you want to know how I don't get confused between my paint pot and my drinking pot. Well, this is the paint pot. Blah. It's one of the Citadel things, and it's over here. And my drink is in a glass all the way over on this side. Else it becomes less jam. I eat mayonnaise because in this refill we don't import jam. Else it becomes less misery. No! You need jam in your life. What? What's like something really sweet that you have jam in? Like a donut. Your jam-filled donut. Instead you have Joe-nut. Joe-nut. Jojo Mart nuts. Instead of a jam-filled donut, you got a mayonnaise in your I mean, actually, maybe that could be good. I do like mayonnaise. A nice jelly-filled donut. That's an onion. You want jelly-filled donuts. Jam donuts is mayonnaise donuts. I'll show you a jelly-filled donut. There you go. There's a jelly-filled donut. Oh, actually an improvement because no one likes jam. What? Oh my gosh. If I was a Japanese, shop owner, I'd have onigiri on, so that's the, for rice balls. I'd have that, but it'll be in the shape of a donut. I'd even have, like, stuff on top of it to make it look like a donut with, like, the pink frosting and sprinkles on, but it's not. It's, like, just onigiri. And then I'd have, like, actual jam-filled donuts that are just shaped like rice balls. I've had people like, hey, can I have a jam-filled donut? I've had these just, like, hand them a rice ball. That's onigiri. It's like, no, it's not. It's a jam-filled donut. It's a jelly donut. Cupcom with the memes older than me. Look, Talan started it. Talan started it. Also, some of the old memes were best memes. Like, don't forget, never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and desert you. Too late, I turned into a cupcake. Ha. Had one deep fried, sticky, rice shaped like a donut. Oh, with sprinkles and sesame. Oh, beautiful. It made me feel like I lost 5 years of my life. Worth it. Bah. 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 It dried immediately. Oh my goodness. Pokemon English dud. Onigiri donuts. Onigiri donuts. I want some onigiri donuts. Honestly, rice. I was trying to eat rice for a while, and I was like, yeah, rice actually isn't that good. I don't find rice very filling. And it's full of calories. Like, if you get right rice, it's like super calorific. And it's got barely any nutritional value in it. It's a bit like, actually, like white bread and stuff like that. As well. Like, oh. Cupcom feeds her intrusive thoughts like a starving Victorian child. I like rice. Rice shower is pretty neat too. Rice shower? Oh, from what's it called? Uma Musume. Uma Musume, Uma Musume, Uma Musume, Uma Musume. Oh, the story of a real rice shower is very sad though. There's a game that causes gambling for kids. You want a bed and for horses? Start from young with Uma Musume. You want to lose all your money for horses, kid? But I'll show you how. Download this game. But I don't want to lose all of my money for horses. I quite like having money. But too late, kid. You downloaded the game. You're doing as I say. No, I don't want to lose all of my money on the horses. Too late, kid. You've already spent all your money on it. Oh no, I did. But I needed rice shower. You didn't get her. But where will I get more money to get rice shower? I need more spins. Very oak. I find it funny because she's just walking around the campus with an actual knife like a Londoner. That's normal. You don't want to lose all your money on horses. You don't want to lose all your money on scratch cards. You don't want to lose all your money buying Warhammer. It makes it sound like you don't want to lose your money. That's not, that can't be correct. We've got to have something that will make you lose all your money. Like, no. I want to save and buy a house. Oh, you want to lose your money in the investment property business. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. The moment you buy a house, the government's finally going to pass legislation that's just going to cause all housing prices to drop by 70%. It's like, oh no. If you don't buy a house, then you're just going to be trapped renting forever. Like, oh no. The prices are just going to go up and up and up. And when you do buy a house, you're going to have to take out a mortgage. No. Betfred, that's the way to do it. If Cupcon do Uma Musume and Warhammer, she'd be living under a bridge with Skaven. I did do us Uma Musume for a while. I stopped. I'm not gonna do gacha games again. Gacha games bad. How do you know I'm not living under the bridge? Like, I got a cardboard here. She crashed out because she couldn't get Umas. And kinda true. But also just because it's like, yeah, this is literally a game that's getting kids into gambling. And also it did a bunch of other stuff that I didn't really agree with. So, you know, I was just like, yeah, I can't rightly play this on the channel and feel morally right about myself. Just the way it is sometimes. Which is not to say, like, if you want to play the game, play the game. You do you. There we go. There we go. Okay, I put way too much white paint on that part there. Let's be careful, I'm going to need multiple layers there as well. I bet I can get cheap Infernus Marines anywhere before 11th of Dead. Yeah, once 11th comes out, getting hold of cheap Infernus Marines will become much harder. Well, for the first few months, you should be able to. Still. But you will very quickly stop being as cheap. Hi, Daniel. One of the things you will find is, you know, people like shops and stuff trying to do clearance on the old, you know, 10th edition starter set that they still had in stock. And like eBay and stuff. Do you think they're going to do a new Arc Codex for 11th? Or do you think they're just going to introduce new data sheets? They'll probably do a new Space Marines Codex. They don't always do a new Codex for everyone for 11th or, you know, the next edition. If like you can still use your Codex from one edition to another, then only a few factions will actually get a fully new Codex. In general, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case for 11th. I imagine it might be. Anyone getting a range refresh or is in desperate need of one will probably get a new Codex. Everyone else probably isn't going to get one. Like anyone who had a proper refresh last time, pretty much is unlikely to. I kind of went crazy with the Keeper of Secrets I bought last month. I thought all the colours at it. Ooh, I hope it looks amazing. Or I trust it looks amazing, rather. There's no need to hope. Colourful Keeper of Secrets are absolutely beautiful. Although not as good as the Lords of Change. Colourful Lords of Change are amazing. I guess no secrets kept. The secret is, which colour wasn't used in the Keeper? I mean, it is actually very, you know, accurate to Keeper of Secrets, you know, very indulgent. Very extravagant look to them. eBays. It's where sea creatures stray stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, eBay is a good place to get cheap stuff. Or Warhammer things. I wonder if there's going to be any new big unit for Space Marines. Oh yeah, there is. There's a Land Speeder. I'm hoping beyond hope that suppressors are not going into Legend. And that we're going to get a new suppressor kit. Because I absolutely adore suppressors. Especially like if we get a suppressor kit that like has multiple weapon options. It's one of my favourite looking units of Space Marines. It'd be such a shame for it to go into Legends. You've used yellow, green, blue, purple, pink and orange. Ooh. Wait. Yellow. Blue. Purple with a little bit of pink. And also, where's this peyote seal? We just have a peyote seal, this guy. Orange. I don't think I used orange here. I mean, I guess I used more an orangey coloured yellow. I got gold. Wait, do you have gold on your model? You need gold on your Keep Your Secrets and silver. Put gold and silver on your Keep Your Secrets. Oh yeah, this guy's got pink over here. And he's got grey. And browns. And flesh tones. And skeleton hard colour, makes you yellowy weird colour. And whites and wraith bones. And different shades of blue. Yeah. It's surprising how colourful you can make a model without it being colourful at all. Your character is quite colourful. I'm quite colourful. Actually, how many colours do I have on like my avatar? I got yellow. I got pink. I got purples. I got this blue colour. I got that turquoisey colour around my collar there. I got my skin colour. I got some gold. I got some black. And white and grey. Yeah. And brown. Brown down here and the leathery stuff. I'm quite colourful. And then I've got red on the sprinkles and blue sprinkles and green sprinkles. Oh yeah. I'm super colourful. New Oath of Moment for 11th. Maybe. I like Oath of Moment. It's a very, very simple rule that's very easy to understand. But also pretty powerful. I think it's very fitting for Space Marines. Gives you a good understanding of like how the game works. It's one of the better army rules in terms of just simplicity. It's not the best one, like the Adeptus Mechanicus have amazing army rule. Where you can basically... And it's similar to the Custodes one, where you basically choose a stance to take. But it gives them +1 ballistic. All ranged weapons become heavy weapons. That's me. So this basically means that every single weapon you've got, you know, will hit on 2s if you don't move that turn. And also it gives you a little bonus in melee. And then the other one is like +1 weapon skill. I can't remember what the other one does. I know I mostly just focus on the ballistic skill one. So it's like really, really good. Absolutely love that. Army rule. I need to blow my nose. Hi Alba, how you doing? Where from? Guys, Space Marine can get Oath of Moment in one. Yes, we can get Oath of Moment in one of the detachments. Where from? Oh, what do you mean where from? Oh, like the new Oath of Moment. I don't know if there's going to be a new Oath of Moment. Is that a rumour that there'll be a new Oath of Moment? Or is that just something you were hoping for? Where do I hail from? Oh, England. England. The UK. I mean, kind of, I'm Scottish as well. So, yeah. There we go. America for me. Oh. Well, howdy from the UK. Scottish. Rhymes. What? Into shoulder pad. There we go. Let's neaten this color scheme up. There we go. Did you know Black Templars have 2 pistols on their profile? Like, if you give them a heavy bolt pistol, they'll still have just a normal bolt pistol as well. So this means that they can get 2 shots each, one with AP and one without. One with 18-inch range, one with 12-inch range. And it's hilarious. Like, that Black Templar Crusader squad isn't that good at shooting, is it? Because it's, you know, a melee squad. It's like, did you just step within 12 inches of me? Or did you stop 18 inches away from me? Well, if I move 6 inches forward, I'm getting, let's count this. 8 plus 24, 32 shots. What? 32 shots. Every model has a heavy bolt pistol. Well, not every one. Every Space Marine has a heavy bolt pistol, and every model has a normal bolt pistol. It's like... The funniest law about Uma Musume law implications is that Ireland is independent. Impossible! Impossible! Scottish, the place of the cool shirts, the place of the kilts. And the bagpipes. And the haggis. And the Loch Ness monster. If you don't like haggis, then you're no friend of mine. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who fell down at your door. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. Do 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 do. Da la da da la da la da 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 da. Da 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 da. I don't know the lyrics of the song very well, to be honest. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. Oh, you said skirts, not shirts. I misread that. My dyslexia got me. I just reread it. I was like, why are you saying cool shirts? It's like, where do the cool shirts come from? I'm like, oh no, it says skirts. Oh, that makes more sense. I'm sorry. I'm a silly goober. I'm a silly goober who doesn't know how to read because I got dyslexia. That's my excuse. Dyslexic much? Yes, very much. Very dyslexic. Boom, 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 boom. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would... Oh, I got that song stuck in my head now. I don't even like that song. Oh my gosh, never look up on YouTube Well, no, if you ever like find a YouTube music channel, it's like, oh, this is cool music. You know, I don't know this person. I'm gonna Google them. Don't Google them. In fact, just don't Google anybody. You know, it's you're always just gonna find some horrible. Oh yeah, this person is an evil person. Never mind. I regret listening to their music and enjoying it. You know, that happened to me earlier today. I was like, oh, this is cool music. I'm not going to tell you who. Partly because of it's apparently pretty famous. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, why? I've got to look you up on Google. Look, there's no controversies surrounding me. Actually, I've not searched me up lately. For all I know, there could be a bunch of people complaining about me and I just don't know it. Gosh, you know, communities can be like that sometimes. Don't. Okay, wait, did I do your back? I did not do that back part. I am alive and full of ketchup and strawberry jam. Is that you trying to tell us you're a serial killer? I do. Every day I wake up and I go downstairs and I grab a Cocoa Pops bar and I go nom 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 nom. I kill that Cocoa Pops bar. Yeah. You get it? Serial killer. Ah! Serial killer. Gone barely. Oh, I've got a thumbnail that has that. Because I'm planning to build the Defiler on Wednesday. It's just like, Defiler? I hardly know her! Ah! I'll upload it later tonight. You're gonna rule Britannia. Rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. Do 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 do. Rule. By the way, don't you want to see a cool little? I got a schedule. It says painting. Reading the Eye of Terror book. I know other people have read it. I know it's a bit late, but you know. It took me forever to get the book. You know, actually, I got tears in my own real life. It took me forever to get the book. I can't get it like early like some of the other content creators can. So I had to order it myself. And then the shipment was delayed. And it was then delayed again and delayed again. But we'll be finally reading it together along with building a Defiler. Yeah. And we got Fermentide. We got a collab. We got a collab. Also, temporary thumbnails. Defiler. I hardly know her. Ah! See, look. I told you. I made that thumbnail. I told you. I made a joke myself. Sleepy Rat Rock book. For Eye of Terror campaigny book that just got released. Yeah. See? Pretty cool. Also, trying to cut out my model, like the head of that model, is hell. There's so many hairs and so many stray bits. Oh, it's so difficult. But it's fine. I did it. Yeah, actually, I can show you which book I'm talking about. It's got lore. We're reading about lore. And also the new rules for Armageddon. Not Armageddon. Apocalypse games. Where is it here? It'll just be under new releases, I imagine. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I have Terror Book. Yeah. War of Acadian Gate. This is what we'll be reading. There's 3 books. This one, and this one. I've not got the special edition because I didn't really care for it. Same with the Yavik one. I have a very bad Defiler joke that I chose to withhold. I have an image to keep. A bad one, but not that bad yet. There's Warhammer books. Yeah, there's Warhammer books. So those are just campaign books. They're filled with lore and like rules of how to play different things. But if you actually want proper Warhammer books, there's a Black Library app. I believe if you still go on to the Black Library app and download it onto your phone, you can get a bunch of free books on it, ebooks and audiobooks. And you can like listen to Avenging Sun. Pretty nice book. Not amazing, but it's pretty nice. Yeah, just get, if you want a bunch of free books, I think they're still on offer. But yeah, get the Black Library app. If you've got a phone that can, you know, handle it. There's hundreds of them, yeah. For one of the 3 audiobooks that I don't really advise listening to right away is the Kyphus Kane ones. Because it's an anthology of books that you really should listen to after reading the proper omnibus. That has, like, the full story in. But yeah, there's actually a few things like that. If you want to get yourself different books, there's a bunch of them. I recently got the 500 Worlds one. Actually, there's 2 more. I can show you. So yeah, the one that we've already gone through is this Maelstrom one. And you can see it's got all of these different books in. This is the only one that's really focused on the lore. Oh no, this one's not the lore focused one. This is focused on the campaign missions and stuff. It's got some lore in here. But the main thing is like, oh yeah, you got like lore here about different relics and stuff. But these are like for your campaign games, which is pretty fun. It's also got... Here we go. This is the lore book, Lair the Tyrant. It's just filled with things about the Maelstrom. And like pictures and cool art and stuff. And like just a calendar of things that have happened in the Maelstrom over the years. As well as information about different characters. The Titus books, which is the 500 Worlds campaign books, have a lot more going on in them. In terms of lore. There we go. I plan to go through these. In fact, with the shipment kit getting delayed, I decided to just buy this in the end because I've noticed they're still on sale. But yeah, this one's got campaigns and stuff and different things of laws. This isn't hardback because this isn't the special edition. Titus has a book. Yeah, Titus has a full book now. Cuppy is getting crucified. Kyphus Kane is a good book to read. The audiobooks don't do it much justice. Or do they not? Well, you got the omnibus, but I don't recommend doing the... Oh, is it for anthology? I think the free one is for anthology, and it's just lots and lots of short stories that happen between all the different books, and it's not really good to read that book. Like, it's just lots of short stories. You want to do that after reading the other books. But yeah, then you got the Dread Incursion, which is, I think this is all boarding action rules, but also some lore and some campaigns of doing boarding actions. You've also got a way of doing Battlefleet Gothic with 40k, with the boarding action rules. With a boarding action campaign, sorry, which is hilarious. I plan to go through this at some point with you guys. Yeah, campaigns. And yeah, so you got all these, you got different ships and stuff, and they're just all boarding one another instead of shooting at one another, which I find hilarious. But then we have the actual book labelled Titus. And this is the lore book for 500 Worlds. And it's not just about Titus, like you got his different friends over here. You've got what happened to Captain Acheron in here. The Signs of Ultramar. You've also got things like different Ultramarine successor chapters. Like, here you go, Ultramarine successor chapter, Scythes of the Emperor, Silver Skulls, Avenging Suns, Sun Nova via Praetor's Fulmer, Doom Eagles, and Scythes of the Emperor get quite a bit of focus in this, actually. Then you got a big thing about Titus, you got different war zones. I think mostly where Titus and the new character fought one another. Yeah, here we go. You got things about the Catan and the Necrons. The new character for the Necrons, who is amazing. He gets quite a lot of lore in here. Also pretty good. I remember they were written during Tau was still pretty goody two-shoes. The Tau have gone up between and down between goody two-shoes. I think the first Kane book was when the Tau were goody two-shoes, but I think a lot of them were written when they were doing the entire thing. Oh, actually, the Tau use mind control. Or, you know, the Imperium thinks the Tau might use mind control. I think that's when most of them were written. But I'm unsure, because Cyphers Kane is a bit old in lore with some of its way it does lore. Because Cyphers Kane also has quite a lot of planets that, you know, are... Like, the Imperium isn't as bad as it is today. It was back when a lot of the books written about the Imperium, it's like, yeah, there's the bad side of the Imperium, but much of the Imperium is fine. Meanwhile, if you read the more modern books, like especially the post Great Maw, but the post Gulliman Awakening, so the Indomitus Crusade, if we run up to it, the Imperium is just hell, like everywhere. With a few exceptions. Well, it's like there's a few exceptions, but I think the big thing about that is like Cyphers Kane occurred hundreds of years before Gulliman woke up, I believe. That's what the lore is for it. It's a bit weird, though. It's a bit hard to tell when it actually occurred, because Gulliman didn't actually wake up that too long after the First Tyrannic War. And obviously Kane fought in the Second Tyrannic War. So it couldn't have been that long ago. But it's actually hundreds of years ago. But again, the First Tyrannic War was actually like 1,000 years ago now. So it's weird, but I mean, that's purposeful. They've actually mentioned multiple times in like the Gulliman books that there's like, they don't understand time anymore. And with the warp being as crazy it is right now, time just doesn't make sense anymore. Like, you got all sorts of events that have occurred at the same time, yet occurred 1,000 years apart. But it's basic. I think the modern books are saying that the Imperium had a massive fall out of grace for the past 1,000 years. So yeah. Content advises me, everything written by Cyphers Kane may or may not be entirely fabricated by himself or the other person. You know, for one writing about it. But yeah, the Tau are more goody two shoes now than when I was playing. They started Goody Two Shoes, then they went really, really bad. And Farsight was kind of a good guy, and the Ethereals are bad. Now Farsight is kind of a bad guy, and the Ethereals are good. But both can be true at the same time, because, you know, everything's just propaganda. Everything is misinformation. But yeah, so you got a lot of writing about different wars and the different campaigns of the 500 worlds. It's interesting, these books. And it also ends with, Ruffer, we need to talk. Couldn't find my cupcake for a while. Oh no. Also, it's got an entire campaign map here, which is fun. The other didn't have that one. And stickers for your campaign map. So yeah. How tall are you? 6'4". Maybe taller now. Wait, are you talking about me in real life or me as in the model, my character? I should get the Farsight model cool sword. It does have a cool sword. That might be a demon blade, but might not be. Both are fine. Oh no! I whacked this. I just realised my stream had broken on my phone, so I wasn't getting chat on it. What's going on here? Lies, you're only 3 cupcakes tall. They're big cupcakes though, don't worry about it. Sorry, chat like completely just died on my phone. Okay, there we go. Max Lancer! Oh, where's my... There it is. The issue with painting multiple models at once is that you don't make a lot of progress. Like all we've done today is paint one. I mean, I have gotten distracted quite a bit. But still, I would like to have done a bit more on them. I won't have time tonight because I need to get a bath and stuff. And I want to get to bed at a decent time. "6'4". I am too tall. It gets irritating sometimes dealing with people being tall. Bam, 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 bam. I'm 5'5". Oh. We should try. Actually, I don't want to be 5'5". I like being tall. Except, you know, for limb pain. And trying to find clothes that fit. And shoes. Although I have quite small feet for someone of my height. I'm only a size 9. Still difficult trying to find size 9 shoes. I got size 9 shoes. You'd think I'd lose my balance all the time, but no, really good balance. Although I was a gymnast for a while, so, you know. I was a lot of things. I was an artist, I made manga, I was a physicist. I worked in an organization where I have to give NDAs. I had to, you know, sign NDAs. I was a gymnast for a while. There we go. Hay fever sucks, dudes. Oh, why hay fever? Going through so many tissues. What do the other diseases say when they see fever? Hey, fever! Or what do they say rather than when they see fever? Now that's a Denizen of Misery joke right there. Sigh. Hi, Aetherwolf. Why are you sighing? That was a brilliant joke. Echo, I demand you laugh. You laugh at the brilliance of my jokes. Denizen of Misery, you understand. Oh, you're sick. Bless your recovery. I'm not too sick. I just got a hay fever. It's just annoying. Just makes my nose run all the time and I get all sneezy. And then sometimes I get headachy. I laugh when you become a father. That's impossible! I will never have a child. I can only be a mother. If I somehow did have one. Look, I am a mother to many cupcakes. I'm mother to many, many cupcakes, including Cuptle over here. I'm allowed to say mother joke. I have an idea that I'm possessed with. Oh, possessed with. I want to make a demon prince that has a centaur, that has the body of a centaur. Ooh. Wait. 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 Like this. Kragnos the Demon Prince. Yay! Centurion Marshal is a great idea. Check Centurion Marshal. It's better. Which one's Centurion? Then... Ooh, yeah, that's good actually. Yeah, that could go fit very well as a Demon Prince. Especially if you're using it in 40k. I would replace some of its arms with guns, like... Or, do you know, with like, a Demon Prince sword or something in its hand. You know, just to change it up a bit. But yeah, that could definitely work. Another one that might work. I don't know if they're ever going to bring them back. Because I don't think they have them if we look at how Smiths of Hashut. Oh, actually, no, they do have them. Yeah, oh yeah, they did bring them back. You have these guys as well. Who aren't quite as good. They're not as cool as Centurion Marshal. That's an amazing model. Centurion will be better. Kragos is huge. He could be like a great to demon. Run him as like a Bloodthirster, but he represents just a super powerful demon prince. Or Angront. I guess. Yeah. But I have a character yet for them. Is a Centurion Marshal just an Age of Sigmar Chaos intern to darkness? And Yeet. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Belikov, the Dark Master. Yeah, there he is. Online only. That's a cool model. I don't remember seeing that one. Sword, axe, and plasma pistol. Yeah, give it a plasma pistol. 2 swords and plasma pistols. He's easily as tall as a knight. Yeah. I think that is partly because he's standing on the most massive tactical rock that's anyone has ever seen. But still, I get your point. You can't just run Kragnos as a demon prince. And demon princes are surprisingly small. They still hit like a truck, but they're surprisingly small. Orcs have a nickname for Kragnos. Dad Trampler. Dad Trampler! I don't even know what Kragnos is. I've only seen him once in a battle report versus Housemith of Hashut. And the Housemith won the battle report, but Kragnos was still alive at the end of it. I think he did get badly damaged. But pretty much anything he came across just got trampled, as you would imagine. It was in a Sons of Behemoth army. That was pretty cool. Not the best battle report by any means, though. The scene definitely much better on the channel. I say on the channel, on the, what's it called? At Victim. Okay, there we go. Everything is now got the white paint on it. That means I now need to go over the things like the feet and the leather on the model in Gullum and Flesh, because that's how I get this nice leathery tone on it. I don't think it's Agvax Earthshade or a second layer to get the darker shades on it. Demon Prince are the same size as they've always been, really. Only bigger because of how the wings are modelled. Yeah. Actually, I think Demon Princes are a bit bigger than the really old models, but... No, it's just when you look at the Demon Prince model, you sometimes think, oh, that's you know, a bit small. Like, it looks like it's big, but when you see it compared to the other... It's because everyone else is scaled up. And I think it makes sense, though, because back when Space Marines were, like, this tiny, and including Chaos ones, the Demon Princes were absolutely massive next to them. Like, that's when the Demon Princes come from. The plastic Demon Prince kit, I think, is the only Demon Prince kit they've ever had. I remember people using Balrogs for it. But, yeah, back then they were absolutely massive, but it kind of didn't feel like it made too much sense, especially since they weren't described that way in lore. Now, next to the upscaled models, and especially against things like the Emperor's Children and the Space Marines, they're still big. They're just, like, that big rather than this big. And now Greater Demons are much, much bigger. It feels like... I feel that at a very good scale. And they should still hit like a truck, even if they're not massive, because they still come from Space Marines. Minis look great so far, by the way. Thank you. We're still very crude at the moment. I need to do... We got the worst of the base colours done. The next worst of the base colours is trying to get all the gold done. Where I won't want to actually do the gold colour the same way everywhere, where I go first with yellow over it. I'll still go first with yellow, but I'll be very careful because I don't want it getting everywhere. After that, it's just purple, blue, and I'll probably paint the grenades blue rather than metal. Oh, I didn't do that thing. It's fine. Yeah, just gold, purple, blue, and that should be it for the base colours. Well, actually, I do need to get Stormhost Silver on first. Not. So yeah. And then the leathery colours. Then I'm probably gonna have. Oh no, I do want to get the metal plating on for boots because I did like how that looked on this guy. And the other Neophytes like him. So yeah. I want to do that, but I don't want to do the grenades in metal. I decided I didn't like how that looked. What is the source of the helmets? Mark 3 Marines? Or is it Mark 2? It's not the newest Marines, it's the old ones. So Horus Heresy, Space Marines. I just buy them on eBay because you can buy them in bulk really cheaply. Well, I clicked on the only one that didn't have Space Marines. I just clicked randomly. It's not for Mark 2, it's a Mark 3s then. Mark 4, not Mark 6, not Mark 4. Not Mark 2, Mark 3, here we go, it's these ones. And that includes this guy. I just cut the spikes off the top of the helmet. Emberstone is my favourite actress from Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know who Emberstone is. Emberstone is warm magic of Gerd, the crystals. Oh, Kragnos is a mortal. Sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Kragnos is a mortal who ascended to godhood by fighting big things and eating Emberstone. Orcs follow him because he provides good bashing, so war forms. Emberstone is warm magic of Gerd turned to crystals. Oh, that makes sense. But he's a god. Wait, does that mean anyone could just eat like the raw magic stones and turn into a god? Like, if I go into the place of life and just start eating all the stones, or go into death and just start eating all the souls, will that work? Oh, that would be hilarious, just a mortal. Or imagine a goblin, or like a Skaven or something, who just went around, like, just to the different places, eating all the different magical things. I just kept doing that and doing that. Oh! The reincarnation of the guy who likes to eat a lot. What is his name? Oh! The fat goblin who was absolutely giant, like the size of an orc, or the size of a troll. And he could regenerate because he ate a troll. Gets reincarnated, just eats everything, becomes a god who can ally into any army. If he can survive it. Yeah. He could. He could survive anything. I forgot his name though. Yeah. I'm gonna do that wristband blue as well. As well as the back of his coat. Yeah. Oh. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to flick him that hard. I meant to flick him over. But thank you for coming to the stream. I've gone over time quite a bit at the moment. So if you've not liked the stream already, then please give it a like. Big love hearts to all of you. Thank you for coming. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember to work hard but play harder. There's a story of a bunch of humans on a hill that has a huge deposit of Emberstone. And they all go mad and start killing each other. Ooh. That makes sense. But remember to work hard but play harder, eat good food, sleep well, dream of cupcakes but don't eat the cupcakes because they're friends and not food, and also take care of yourself. Good night, Briar. You should be asleep. It's super late for you and you got Monday in the morning. You're coming into Gamba. That's what you're doing, to Gamba. Oh, did you win? I don't think you did. Well, thank you. Good night, and also take care of yourselves, be kind to others and vice versa. Goodbye, everyone. Love you all. And remember, I put the schedule up tonight. I'll put the schedule up tonight. We got more painting tomorrow. Smash! Yeah. Good night, everyone. Love you all. And don't forget to like, because every like is a prayer to the Omniside, to God's Gamba.